For my loved ones, thank you for my enemies, thank you for everyone, and we will never be happy again. Inshallah. The voice down! It's not allowed in Ghana now. I give a warning shit. I'm pleading for my boss from Germany, Mahama, and Eeii, I just want to give a gunshot for you.
Where you John Mahama and I feel branty way, yes, a friend of a second or 21 Nigeria. Now, tree and run not the channel. A branty or the your friend cyborg. Now, Nigeria for next year, at the Omo coming, only Nigeria near Obertony Morgana, Afro Future, a holiday programs on Yebi. Young answer branty or for to Cassia Pow, and your rim. Over to say Mahama, Mutaka Mohammed. Munti mama kwine me tutu e de madamfo Ghana na enra no ade chie no ye circulative video no ama ye anopai police for kokoche no me no ka say abrante no omso mama ne bail ye di na se wadi for ya jail no ya sentence no to 24,000 Ghana cedi say 240 million enti ye ja no I had the reason so ye be wura assassin enye no ache bi eno ache no John Mahama new by friend Joyce Bawa. Me no ka say report on highway no so. Say ono watimi be a company no ni dim ebata ho. O me highway no so. Bawa rock Bawa. Hey, na yenkwohwa na ene ono Samy Gyamfi atimi amane say ono private edien ono $10 million on fanto good magana buy. Ghana for kasa. Hey Ghana. NDC aben. Family and friends. You be some pastor Joyce Bawa or you link to this company. I had the reason so. Pacho you rem. Abranti, Uta John Mahama and Niaje or buy ye Nigeria way ye nyawo Ghana yomodia. John Mahama and Ibrahim dear and it's fantastic a year ye the 2 miamo mon chele. It come here so buy ye a true trust some no ya more. Nigeria for coach with some adolson. Nina say, O me be the president of Ghana. Yes, sir. Na ye nanko soria yes mrantie be free Nigeria betonyuma abrantie matuo so awim was kekekekeken no asabo Mahama din because omun suro hwe na eno na ye media na ye gimi na ye see video na police for my hwe eti wo police for ni wo hye bia say eno ye so no so mo akoche no mo che no eno ye no pay wo so mo de na court na interesting na before answer now one police for de ne be court no yentie ehwe John Mahama ne reaction Abraham nantie no se no nkomo ko lobby Mahama na nka Mahama defe se we Ghana be possible yenko Mahama ni fie ho na yenhwe how situation ni chase Abraham nantie ni di ne sem hunu wie no omko hia Mahama ansana police for coach.
That's my brother.
This one, you know they employ my people at this
Everybody does. They don't tell you
you do small, you do small. You see, I want bomb.
Okay, you see my investor.
Oh, good. Oh, okay. Yes. Yes. I do. Yes, because when we did the rounds, that's right. I know his partner. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Nice, my investor.
Oh, wow.
When he sells all the chicken, I'll go.
Good. Okay, so he's the one the guy fired the gun for?
Yes.
Oh. He ended up in trouble.
Because of me, please, I hate that.
No? The law is the law.
1,000%. I think we're all just, let me just say, we're all just
Exactly.
happy.
I know.
We're just too happy. Definitely. Yeah, I want.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so you're the one the guy fired the gun for? Yes. Oh. They ended up in trouble.
Because of me, please, I hate that.
No? The law is the law.
1000%. I think we're all just, let me just say, we're all just
Exactly.
happy.
I know.
We're just
I can happy today.
Definitely.
Michael pleaded guilty and he was sentenced accordingly.
Abubakar Sadiq that was arrested yesterday. Today he's been charged at the Adenta court. And yes, he is free. He has been charged and there's no case anymore.
And thank you for my loved ones. Thank you for my enemies. Thank you for everyone. And we will never be happy again.
Inshallah.
Emrantie ne Mahama asekene ne cyborg no ene John Mahama ni na wo mo chechire di Ibrahim Mahama ene Arrɛst Richard ni Amakwe ene echese ene lobby to lobby bibia betimesi wo sika wo asem wo Ghana eti me no ka say abrante ne friend cyborg no police say wo mo de na court me no ka so wo mo so my dey wo mo man bail ye di na say wo di for oni krobini almost what do for eti ya fine no say 24,000 into ya jano ai watu tuonra yet ade chi na ye na court Ghana woni sika ya asem okru no wo sika dia wo links wo house numbers bibia possible ade chi na ye na court no showdown no because we is zongo boy ai Abubakar we is zongo boy nti now Mahama was stressre ai na sika ye ka be dem ye be toss konebra Friday do ani asa koromando asa ne do court. This is a country country na Mahama building no bias just SCA discrimination, political witch hunting, persecutions against political opponents. And John Mahama say abrante in Nigeria for 2 ade chi ye say na court crew because your phone does intina the bia no mechi me anyway fire for myself nsi ho ye for infancy ho na yamra ayi Mahama nua bai ne wo fasi cousin mama cousin Joyce Bawa ni wo trendy dia na money trendy dia na money trendy yes company bia pop up Rock Bawa Rock Company wo to gold magana now to picture that so ya family and friends and I say Ghana for na no John Mahama anyone in your net opposition e ku for the family and friends dey okay yenwura mwan ye hu ya say receipt to yansaka say ayi Bawa Rock yi ono ya dey abrogate dey ya kabrofo bia NDC full soldiers from Montiasi ase nyina ne say oh ya money won kwatu me on to good e fama Ghana ban obenya sika no wahin amon for chese sika over say $10 million on fan to good and ensam trendy and we gina ne bo hu eti Ghana for ni bisa say certificate here da so ya the registration corporation certificate which means yes say 2025 ya January yawo na ye den aban ba power no a ya bie companies ye dey contract ye dey government contract na ye dey to good ma Ghana government enye nwanwa say Ghana aboka over $300 million parliament dia bo say sa na say Samy Gyamfi is why din afa no se montwe oba be yia no Ghana enti dia koso ni o John Mahama nua bai en wo trendy o meyi ne no say nya no kura dia o mo twen no e wo highway no so ba bia trending wo na gina gold ho no o gina bo ho bawe obetina me lawyer ni omu court ko di asembei enso omu yesikafo sa na ya Ghana for na di trick ye and me lawyer ni lawyer no adwuma ben wo ye how many cases no di na case no di ye sika se no mo trick Ghana for Ghana kwa na lawyer ni yesikani Ghana and a lawyer ni short time no wadani sikani enye nwanwa na sa lady samukai no ebrebi no se ekufu ade ne nua na dey no opposition na no nya fese she said no why fe pa oba power nto twitwa pictures pa ye be kwa kohwe I the reason so Ghana, baby, you don't know.
This fight against corruption has just started. It will certainly be one that we intend to win.
Okay, but you know, I like that you admit that the wheels of justice grind slowly sometimes, but certainly it will take us to where we want to get to. But would you then disagree with those who say that, you know, maybe in the fight against corruption with this whole oral thing, you're just selling a dream to the ordinary Ghanaian that yes, because from the way the promises are being made, it appears that in the next 3 months, in the next 1 year, in the next 2 years, state funds will be recovered. Because a picture has been painted that all these corruption scandals under the outgone government will be recovered as soon as the president takes office.
Would you, for example, not want to know how we arrived at all the monies paid to David Ajayi, for example? Would you not want to know? You don't want to know that if he's been paid in excess of whatever it is that he's done, that he'll be able to return the balances, whatever is outstanding to the state coffers.
But that's not the promise that you made. You said you will recover the funds. You didn't say that you're going to tell us how the monies were paid to him.
Why? Because if you investigate, what are you investigating? You are investigating first and foremost to gather evidence. You are investigating to challenge that whatever payments have been made were illegal, were unlawful, and ought not to have been paid. And once you establish that prima facie case, you then go on to go and do what? To recover. That is a process. And that is a process that every Ghanaian is expecting. And that is even a process better than what you were promised in the past. Even with the Office of Special Prosecutor. You heard about how they went after Madam Sister Dapa. For example, you saw the prosecution that took place in court. You remember her very hot exchanges with the lawyer, Martin Pegu, for example, on the premises of the High Court. Look, there are ways in which we can fight these things. What happened to all the monies that were stolen, even by the servers in Auntie Cecilia's house, for example? What happened to the monies that were found in their own possession? They were confiscated by the special prosecutor. What I am telling you now is that I believe that what you are asking is that how will you know? And I am sure that we will be putting together a very good communication strategy as we go forward. Certainly these monies will not go to waste. How can you lose $11.8 million in Palugo example and have no, dam to show for it? We must find these monies. We must recover these monies. And certainly if we even have to set up serious anti-corruption courts specifically to work on these matters, then so be it. So let's see who becomes Attorney General.
Is that what the president intends to do?
The president has beautiful intentions, great intentions. And I have no doubt that Ghanaians want to see us deliver on the promise to fight corruption, to recover wasted state resources. Don't forget, you mentioned the banking crisis, for example. And that is actually one thing that is on the hearts of many Ghanaians. Look at the number of jobs that were lost, Sawa. In some cases, couples, husband and wife, both bankers, lost their jobs in that rationalization. And if after all these years, you and I can only speak to the matter of Mr. Atuesian and his bank in particular, something must be wrong with our society. And we know that this is one of the things that in the next 120 days, a conversation will be taking place about these banks, for example. So, Sawa, it is a day at a time. It is work in progress. One thing I can be very, very confident in is that Mr. Mahama has given us hope. There's a lot of optimism. There's a lot of reassurance. And with that reassurance comes with enormous responsibility.
All right.
Don't forget that on governance, we're also looking at the constitutional review process.
Certainly, and that's my next, because
Absolutely.
I told you we're going to look at the
Yes.
speech of the president.
Yeah.
And he talks about governance
4
reforms.
thematic areas.
Yes, so
Economic restoration, for example. He speaks about it beautifully.
we will get there, but let's now focus on governance reforms.
Yeah.
What exact reforms is he talking about?
Let me use the level of partisanship in our government institutions. That is the first step. That we must, of course, take a very close look at our governance institutions. You see, there's something that this overly partisan environment has done. It is also why it has bred so much corruption that all of us did not even anticipate. That when the English dictionary talked about nepotism, it didn't talk about 1 or 2 of your family or friends operating. It speaks about when large numbers of family members operate in government to the point of presidential daughters and children. Then you have a big problem. Because even investigating these things becomes a big challenge. When your cousin has served as finance minister, even until he overstayed his welcome, when he himself is in a conflicted situation where he owns a bank, an investment bank, and continues to get business while serving as finance minister, These are all matters the Ghanaians are interested in.
But Joyce, you also related to the president. Does that mean that
Absolutely.
you shouldn't receive any appointment?
Absolutely. There was just one of me. And before Mr. Mahama even became vice president, I was a very, very active member of the National Democratic Congress. Like I said, there will always be overlaps.
I mean, yes, you were an
And
active
remember
member of the NDC.
that there was
Wasn't Ken a member of the NPP as well?
And in fact, a financier of the NPP. But he babysat Akufo-Addo until he was made finance minister. Should he then not have been more diligent?
Would you advocate that no relative of any president is given an appointment?
That is impossible the world over. But ask yourself, how many relatives? Should the president's wife and children? Should the president's brothers and sisters? Should the president's daughters and sons? Just imagine that for a minute. Mr. Mahama wanted to bring all, I am actually an extended family member, to put it mildly. So just imagine that his immediate family members were all going to serve at all levels of government.
So it's okay for the president to appoint family members, but
there is a level of reasonability.
Right.
There is a level of logic. And using myself as an example, how many of us were in government? Certainly you would have president's friends. I mean, who comes to work with your enemies? Nobody does. Remember that governance also comes with a huge machinery behind government. Many people who support at all levels. I'm sure that many people will have different relatives at different levels. Members of parliament, members of the district assembly, members in office in government, wherever. My sister, it is the numbers. It is a sheer magnitude of the family and friends that former President Akufo-Addo came into office with. President Akufo had his brother as his defense minister. And why not? His brother was a qualified and competent pair of hands. Why not?
Okay.
That will definitely happen. And certainly, and look, make no mistake. I believe that I'm well qualified to serve at any level. And I've had many
Ken says the same thing in his lovers.
Yes, there are many other people beyond Ken. There was Nana Bidie too with his father and mother.
So it was the numbers for you?
I've told you, nepotism is not about one or two people. It's a description of a whole logistical chain.
Okay. Will the election of MMDCs happen under President Mahama?
If anybody has a single opportunity to do so, I believe there will be President John Dramani Mahama.